It's time once again to go over the eBay standard envelope analysis, and this is for August 2022. How did they do? Now also I add Etsy in here because there is like a standard envelope for Etsy called letter tracking that they use if you go into Etsy and you select letter and you put like 1 ounce. In the envelope I use here, I put 7.5 and then you got to put 0.25 as the last dimension, and it will give you the same thing as the eBay standard envelope. So I do track that as well. I don't get as many cards, many samples, but the information I'm tracking is both for eBay and Etsy, but basically eBay. Now, during August, eBay was in the 90% area again this month with 0 no scans. So something got a scan everywhere. Etsy dropped some, and they're down in the 80% area on a few of the scans. But they also didn't have any 0 no scans. I'm going to walk through the details of the graphs here in a minute, but to remind people how this works, I'll go ahead and show this little video clip that I have that I put together on how all this works. Here we go. Here is a slide I'm going to bring up on the big screen. This is just the process in my head on there, not real detailed, layman terms. I don't know how everything works with this. I can speculate from my IT background, my technical background, but there are so many different ways to do it. But in a nutshell, this should explain to anybody how it works. So the first box there is you got eBay and Etsy platform. They're connected across multiple data centers and stuff like that. They're not in the same one. That's why it's got the dotted line there. They're 2 separate companies, 2 separate platforms, 2 separate programs, applications, and stuff like that. They're not shared. But I just put them in a box to make it easier. When someone buys a postcard from either eBay or Etsy, it goes to the post office. The post office then sends data to eBay or Etsy in some way, format, a file, web services, some integration is going to go up and going to come down. Either eBay and Etsy picks it up or directly goes into those platforms if they have shared access. So that's your scans. When it hits the post office, it goes back and forth into the tracking on eBay and Etsy. If everything is successful with the delivery, then you got a happy customer like at the end here. Even though the scans are not happening, most of the time the customer gets the card and they're happy. So that's how it works. It's very simple to understand. There's probably huge complexity trying to get all these companies to talk to each other and stuff like that. But in a nutshell, they're machines. We should be at 100% on everything. There's hardly any human involvement once it's all set up. But for eBay, here's the chart for eBay. I tracked 100 random mailings for August 2022. This has different columns and rows on the graph. The first column is the state. So I like to know where I'm sending cards and how many I sent. I can track how many days it gets there if there's an issue with that state. Like during the holidays, we'll see Philadelphia. Anything goes through Philadelphia, it seems like I have an issue, or New York. Anything East Coast, it seems like it's slower. Next one is the label. The label is basically where I created the label. I have full control of that. I created the label, that's my control. So I did 100 of those. The origin is the first scan that hits your first sorting center from your address. Wherever it goes next, that should go to the first machine. And then somewhere in the destination, it should get a destination scan, and then out for delivery, and then the all-important delivered scan. So I track, if the tracking shows in there for each of those, then I add that as okay. If not, then it gets a 0. Then I do the average number of days it took from the time the label created to the time it was delivered. So basically the created was 100%. The origin scan for eBay was 97%. They missed 3 origin scans. Now remember, with eBay, no acceptance scan is required for eBay standard envelope. Packages, yes, but not for eBay standard envelope. It just needs a scan somewhere in the system. So when an origin, destination, delivery are delivered, you get one of those, you're good. It doesn't really affect it, but they still missed it. Why did my sorting center miss 3? So they're 97% for origin scan. Not starting off well. Then destination went down from 9 to 95%. So once I hit my origin, it didn't get scanned anywhere on the route So -5. They missed 5 of those. Then out for delivery, they went up a little bit and got up to 96%, only missed 4. And then the all-important delivered scan, 4, 96%. Now they're still up in the 90s. They're still above 90, 95 and above. That's better than what they were in the first part of the year. But they're still, why are they missing these? It's machines, it's scanning. So it's interesting. Is it in the software when they get the scans and delivering it, or is it at the post office? Where is the issue? No scans were 0. Again, it doesn't require an acceptance scan, just a scan somewhere. But before we used to have a lot of no scans, but we're not getting that now. There's a scan somewhere. Now the average days to deliver a postcard in an envelope was 5 days across the country. The longest was 6, and that was a lot of states that had 6 days. There was something going on, the way they're changing things. But they're still up in the 90s, as you see on this chart here. They're staying above the 95 area on eBay. Now remember, if something shows delivered and the customer says they did not receive it, check this video out here I did about shipping protection, eBay standard envelope shipping protection. You can get your money back if it says delivered and then the customer says they did not receive it or it was damaged. So check that video out. It's an easy process, and I also go through and show you how I track it to make sure I get them in. I think I've gotten $50 back this year already that I would have never gotten back if I didn't take the 5 minutes to fill out that claim. Very simple to do, and there's no reason not to use a standard envelope. You get your money back. So that's eBay. Not bad, still not at 100% where I would like it to be, but they are 95. Etsy. I only track 15 mailings. A lot of times on Etsy, I get a lot of international orders, or I get bulk orders, or I just don't get as many. So I was able to get 15 mailings with tracking random mailings. And here's a chart. It's the same chart with the same columns, same headers, the label, origin, destination, delivery, and delivered stuff. The created was 100% 15 labels I created. The origin scan was 93%. Now remember, I don't have 100 samples here. The percentages are going to be lower. So 93%, they missed 1. With Etsy, it's not like eBay. Etsy doesn't require a scan. All they require to be in the Star Seller program on Etsy, which is like eBay top rated seller program, is to have a tracking number in there. As long as you put it has a tracking number, then they consider that part of having a scan like they do on eBay. Destination scan was 87%, -2. They missed 2 destinations. Out for delivery, missed 2. Delivered, missed 2. So they have 3 of the scans below 90% in the 87% area. The average days to send a letter, a postcard through the mail with Etsy was 4 days. The shortest was 3 and the longest was 9, and that was to New York. And if you notice, there's issues. Now with the red on here, it means the number of scans was lower than the label. So I like to see where there's issues. So right here we had 1 issue in New York and 1 issue in Illinois. So I can kind of see if there's going to be a state issue. So Etsy kind of dropped a little bit. They were doing well, and as you see here on the chart, all the things started pointing down again. I hope that's not a trend. Look where they were at in April. They were at the bottom, and then they jumped up. So Etsy, I think might be more of a programming issue on their side, is the way it's looking to me. But I hate pointing fingers. But now I track this every month. So there are short videos. Just goes through and gives you an idea of what's going on. I can't wait for the holidays to see how this all looks when we go through November, December, and January, just to see if we really see a drop and what we can do to protect ourselves a little bit more. But I thank you for watching. Appreciate it. Good luck out there, and I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks.